If you're over 60, there's a good chance the very first food you eat in the morning is quietly damaging your legs, not just making them feel tired. I'm talking about weakening your muscles, shrinking your strength, and even increasing your risk of losing mobility altogether. And here's the scary part. It's not some exotic or unusual food. It's sitting right in almost every senior's kitchen. And most of us eat it without thinking twice. Doctors are warning that this common breakfast staple, one that many of us have enjoyed for decades, may be linked to poor blood flow, chronic inflammation, and muscle loss in the legs. In fact, a recent review of senior health cases showed a shocking pattern. Those who ate this food daily were far more likely to report weakness, numbness, and pain in their lower limbs. Now, before you panic and swear off breakfast entirely, here's the good news. Once you know what this food is and how it's affecting your body, you can swap it out for something that actually fuels your legs, protects your independence, and helps you feel steady and strong again. Today, we're revealing the breakfast food doctors are warning about, exactly how it damages senior legs, and 3 delicious, easy swaps you can make starting tomorrow morning. The sooner you know this, the sooner you can start protecting one of your most valuable assets, your ability to move freely. So grab your morning coffee or tea, and let's uncover the truth about what's on your plate and what it's really doing to your health. And stick around until the very end. I'm going to share the one change you can make at breakfast tomorrow that could start strengthening your legs in just a few weeks. I want to take you back to a conversation I had just a few weeks ago with a viewer named Margaret. She's 74, full of energy, and loves a morning routine. Tea, 2 slices of warm toast with butter, and reading the paper by her kitchen window. She told me, "It's my little moment of peace before the day gets busy." But recently, Margaret started noticing something. By mid-morning, her legs felt heavy. Walking to her garden felt harder, and even climbing her front porch steps left her a little out of breath. At first, she blamed it on getting older. But when her doctor ran some simple tests, the truth turned out to be hiding right there on her breakfast plate. You see, many of us grew up with the idea that bread, pancakes, or muffins were a wholesome way to start the day. It's tradition, it's comfort, and for decades, no one really questioned it. But modern research is starting to connect refined wheat flour, the main ingredient in so many breakfast foods, to serious leg health problems in seniors. We're talking about reduced blood circulation, higher risk of nerve damage, and even muscle loss that can make everyday movement a challenge. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about understanding how certain foods can either work for you or against you, especially as we age. And the truth is, our bodies change over time. Foods that might have been harmless when we were 30 can slowly chip away at our strength when we're 70. The good news: you have the power to make changes that can protect your independence, your mobility, and your quality of life, starting with what's on your breakfast table. In this video, we're going to reveal the breakfast food that doctors are warning about, explain exactly how it damages senior legs, and give you simple, satisfying alternatives you can start enjoying tomorrow. I promise, this isn't about giving up the foods you love. It's about swapping them for options that love you back. Segment 1. The breakfast food revealed. Alright, let's pull back the curtain. The breakfast food quietly damaging so many seniors' legs is not a rare or expensive ingredient. It's something you probably have in your kitchen right now. Refined wheat flour. You'll find it in white bread, pancakes, waffles, muffins, bagels, pastries, biscuits. And for many of us, these foods have been part of our mornings for decades. The problem isn't that wheat itself is bad. Whole wheat, with its natural fiber and nutrients intact, can actually be a good part of a balanced diet. The problem is what happens when wheat is refined. In the refining process, the wheat kernel is stripped of its bran and germ, the parts that contain fiber, vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats. What's left is the starchy endosperm, which is milled into a fine, white powder. This flour has a longer shelf life and a softer texture, but almost all the original nutrients are gone. That's why it's often called empty calories. It fills you up, but it doesn't actually feed your body what it needs to stay strong and healthy. When you eat refined flour, your body digests it very quickly, almost like eating sugar straight from the spoon. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash. For seniors, these constant spikes and crashes can trigger inflammation, damage blood vessels, and weaken muscles, especially in the legs, where circulation already tends to slow with age. Here's the thing. Breakfast is supposed to be the meal that sets the tone for your day. But starting with refined flour is like trying to fuel a car with watered-down gasoline. It might run for a while, but over time, the engine wears down faster. For your body, that wear and tear often shows up first in your legs, your mobility, your balance, your ability to stay active. Margaret, the viewer I mentioned earlier, told me her mornings would start off fine, but by 10:30, she'd feel like her legs were made of lead. She thought she just needed to push through or drink more coffee. Once she cut down her refined flour breakfasts, she was shocked. Within weeks, her energy lasted longer into the day, and her walks felt lighter. And Margaret is not alone. I've heard from dozens of seniors with similar stories. Once they reduced refined flour at breakfast, they noticed more stamina, less swelling in the legs, and even better balance. The shift wasn't about eating less. It was about eating smarter. Refined flour is sneaky because it's so familiar. It doesn't feel like a problem food. It's soft. It's comforting. It's part of family traditions. But your body notices the difference, even if you don't connect the dots right away. And the longer refined flour stays a daily habit, the more it can quietly chip away at the strength in your lower body. Before you reach for that morning toast or stack of pancakes tomorrow, I want you to think about what your legs need to carry you through the day. And if you want to take the first step toward protecting them, keep watching, because next, we're breaking down exactly how refined flour damages senior legs and why the effects can sneak up on you faster than you think. Segment 2. How it harms senior legs. Now that we've uncovered the breakfast culprit, let's look at exactly how refined wheat flour damages the legs of so many seniors and why doctors are becoming more vocal about it. We're going to break this down into 3 main ways it affects your body: circulation, muscle strength, and nerve health. 1. Circulation breakdown. When you eat refined flour, it turns into glucose very quickly. Your blood sugar spikes, and your pancreas releases a surge of insulin to manage it. But when this happens over and over, day after day, it damages the lining of your blood vessels. This damage triggers inflammation, making it easier for cholesterol and plaque to build up. In your legs, that means narrower blood vessels and weaker circulation. Poor circulation starves your leg muscles and tissues of oxygen, and that's when fatigue, heaviness, and swelling begin to set in. 2. Muscle weakness and loss. Muscles need both nutrients and steady energy to stay strong. Refined flour meals flood the body with quick sugar, then leave you in an energy crash. Without the slow, steady fuel from fiber and protein, your muscles have a harder time repairing themselves after daily use. Over time, this leads to sarcopenia, heat-related muscle loss. And in the legs, that can mean difficulty climbing stairs, getting up from a chair, or even keeping your balance on uneven ground. 3. Nerve damage risk. High blood sugar from refined flour can also harm the tiny nerves in your legs and feet, a condition known as peripheral neuropathy. At first, You might notice tingling, numbness, or burning sensations in your toes. But as the damage progresses, it can affect your ability to feel the ground beneath you, increasing the risk of falls. For seniors, a single fall can change everything, limiting independence and reducing confidence in daily movement. Margaret didn't realize that the heaviness in her legs and the occasional tingling in her toes were connected to her breakfast habits. But once she switched from white toast to a hearty whole-grain bread with an egg, her circulation improved. Within weeks, her legs felt lighter, and that nerve tingling became far less frequent. Her doctor noticed better blood sugar control, too, all from one small change. Why seniors are more vulnerable? Here's something important. Your body's metabolism naturally slows with age, and your sensitivity to insulin can change. That means refined flour affects you more at 70 than it did at 40. Your blood sugar stays high for longer, and the inflammation lasts longer, too. Add in the fact that many seniors are already dealing with reduced circulation from aging arteries, and you've got a perfect storm for leg problems. The damage isn't instant. It's gradual, like water slowly wearing down a rock. But once you start feeling the symptoms in your legs, the underlying issues may have been building for years. That's why catching it now and making changes is so important. In just a moment, I'll show you how to replace refined flour breakfasts with satisfying, leg-friendly options that keep your energy steady and your muscles strong. These swaps are simple, delicious, and don't require you to give up comfort foods entirely. If your goal is to walk further, stand longer, and keep your independence, you'll want to hear these next steps. Segment 3. Leg-friendly breakfast swaps seniors will love. Here's the good news. Protecting your legs and boosting your energy doesn't mean saying goodbye to breakfast comfort forever. It's about making smart swaps that give your body what it truly needs: slow, steady fuel, muscle-building nutrients, and circulation-supporting vitamins and minerals. Let's look at a few breakfast upgrades that can make a real difference for seniors. 1. Switch from white bread to whole grain or sprouted bread. Whole grain breads keep the wheat kernel intact, bran, germ, and all, meaning you get more fiber, more vitamins, and more natural plant compounds that fight inflammation. Sprouted breads take it a step further, boosting nutrient availability and making digestion gentler. Pair it with protein like eggs, nut butter, or low-fat cheese, and you will have a breakfast that supports muscle strength and keeps your energy stable well into the day. Margaret was a lifelong white toast eater. She didn't think swapping to sprouted grain bread would make a difference, but she gave it a try. A month later, she noticed she could finish her morning walks without stopping to rest halfway. 2. Replace pancakes and waffles with oat-based versions. Traditional pancakes and waffles made from refined flour cause those quick sugar spikes we talked about earlier. But if you make them with oats, either rolled oats or oat flour, you keep the fiber that slows digestion. Add some chopped nuts and fresh berries, and you're giving your legs antioxidants, healthy fats, and magnesium, all vital for circulation and nerve health. 3. Add a protein anchor. Protein helps your muscles repair and stay strong, especially in your legs. Try Greek yogurt with chia seeds and a handful of walnuts, or a vegetable omelette with a side of whole grain toast. Protein not only keeps your energy steady, but also helps prevent the muscle loss that can make walking and standing more difficult over time. 4. Choose low-glycemic fruits. Fruits like berries, pears, and apples have natural sweetness but won't send your blood sugar soaring like refined carbs do. Plus, they're packed with antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from damage. Adding a portion of these to breakfast can help reduce inflammation and keep circulation flowing to your legs. 5. Hydration boost. It's easy to forget, but dehydration can make leg heaviness worse. Start your day with a glass of water, maybe with a squeeze of lemon. before you even sip your coffee or tea. Good hydration supports healthy blood flow and joint mobility, making the change stick. Here's a simple trick. Keep a breakfast journal for 2 weeks. Write down what you eat, how your legs feel in the morning, and how much energy you have by lunchtime. Most people see a difference within the first week of making these swaps. Lighter steps, less swelling, and more stability. Why this works for seniors? These changes work because they replace quick-burning carbs with slow-digesting, nutrient-rich foods. That means that your blood sugar stays stable, your circulation stays stronger, and your muscles get the fuel they need to stay active. You will also avoid the crash that can leave you reaching for another sugary snack mid-morning. Margaret still enjoys pancakes on Sunday, but now they're made from oats and topped with blueberries instead of syrup alone. She says she feels less bloated, her legs don't swell as much, and she's more confident going out for walks, even in the afternoons when she used to feel drained. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, swap just one refined flour item for a whole grain, oat-based, or high-protein option. Then notice how your legs feel by midday. Share your results in the comments. I read everyone. And if you want more doctor-reviewed senior health tips, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss next week's video on hidden causes of joint pain. Here's the truth. It's never too late to protect your legs, your mobility, and your independence. Something as small as changing what's on your breakfast plate can create ripple effects through your whole day, your week, and even your future. We often think big changes require big sacrifices, but in reality, the most powerful shifts come from small, consistent choices made over time. Your legs carry you to the people and places you love. They allow you to keep up with friends, enjoy hobbies, and live life on your own terms. When you give them the right fuel, you're not just eating better. You're investing in your freedom to move, to explore, to say yes to the things that matter most. If you've been feeling heavy-legged, tired, or unsteady, remember, those feelings aren't a sign that your best days are behind you. They're your body's way of saying it needs a little more care. And now you know exactly where to start. Even one change, swapping white bread for whole grain, replacing sugary cereals with oats, or adding protein to your mornings, can be the first step to lighter, stronger, and more dependable legs. Margaret didn't believe she could change much at 72, but her story proves otherwise. Today, she's walking farther than she has in years, and she says it all began with that first decision to rethink breakfast. You can make that same choice today. Your health is your greatest asset, and it's never too late to protect it. Start tomorrow morning with a meal that gives your legs what they need to carry you through the day with energy, strength, and confidence. You deserve it. If this video gave you something to think about, drop a comment and tell me your breakfast plan for tomorrow. I read every message, and your story might inspire someone else. Don't forget to subscribe for more weekly senior health tips. And remember, the steps you take today are the steps toward a stronger tomorrow.